Hello guys, it's Toby here, back again on the SnorriDev team channel, and today I'll be teaching you how to fly in Kerbal Space Program. Now the first thing you're going to want to do is load up the Ravenspear Mk4. Why don't you want to build your own plane? Because it's very hard, and I'll explain that in a minute. But just load up the Ravenspear Mk4, it's very easy to fly. I set it to daytime just to make it easier for you guys to see. You're also going to want to turn on the SAS, get up to full throttle, though on this kind of plane, it is so much power you probably don't need full throttle, but just in case, it always helps. So full throttle, SAS, power on, and then wait, count to 2, and then just pull straight up. By straight up, of course, I don't mean stall your plane like I almost do right here. But I mean just pull up so that you can get a reasonable distance off the ground. I recommend getting between 500 and 1,000 meters off the ground. Right now what I'm trying to do is turn. I'm kind of wobbling and losing altitude. But what we're going to do is we're going to go to that island on the left side of the screen. It has a landing strip, so I can show you how to take off and land. If you want to go there, just point your plane to 135 degrees. It'll bring you right there. Notice how the throttle is now a third, even though at the beginning it was at full. That's because as soon as I got off the ground, this plane is there's so much force behind it that I really don't need the engine at full throttle. And now that I'm trying to land, I'm trying to square myself up with that runway. I'm trying to just go straight on. You want to be perfectly in line with that runway. I have my throttle at 1/15th throttle, and the reason why I have it on is because the engines have this thing called gimbaling, or thrust vectoring, and it allows you to point your plane in another direction more easily. Now I turn it off, but it's very good for when you're wanting to make little minor adjustments as you're coming in. But once you come into land, you don't want to have any speed, you don't have anything bringing you forward, you don't want to have to worry about that throttle. You want to touch down on your back wheels first, then your front wheels, hold down B to brake, and then press the brakes button on top of the screen, and that'll lock your brakes into place. Now as you see, Jebediah Kerman, he's going to get out here, and he's going to walk around, show you guys we might not have seen, and as when he turns around, as soon as he gets off the plane, Jebediah, get off, get off, get off. Jebediah Kerman's getting off the plane, and you see there's a hangar on the left. There's something interesting in that hangar that you might want to check out. Maybe you can see it in the video, but you might want to check it out for yourself in the game, so have fun flying there. Meanwhile, I'm just walking to this control tower, walking up. Something bad is going to happen to Jeb. I'll show you in a second. One very good thing that this plane has, I don't know if you saw it in the beginning of the video, but I turned on the center of mass and the center of lift. And in the center of mass part, you'll see that it's just in front of the center of lift. By the way, watch what happens to Jebediah. He falls down, and I'm not able to get him up. I try switching to other things, I try changing the camera angle, but Jebediah just won't get up. Eventually I tried turning on the RCS pack, but that didn't work. Jebediah, I think, died up there. Here's some bloopers while I talk about what you're going to want to do with the plane. When you build your own planes, which I don't recommend you do it first, because first you have to get the hang of flying a working plane, and your planes most of the time will not work. Once you get the hang of that, you're gonna want to build your planes so that the center of mass is just in front of the center of lift. There are buttons down in the bottom left-hand corner. You don't want them on top of each other, but the center of mass shows a circle, and you want the center of lift just behind that circle. It's going to help a lot. It's how it just makes the plane more aerodynamic overall. It's the reason why cars have spoilers in the back. The reason being that if they can put as much weight in the back, they won't be aerodynamic and they won't go up into the air and flip over. So here I am. Here's just so you don't feel bad. This took me several tries before I actually got it right on video. I've done it several times by myself, but on video, for some reason, I get camera nervous, I suppose. But I fly around a circle, and I try to correct myself, and I crash. So don't feel bad if you don't get it on the first time. It's going to take practice, and it's going to take a lot of trial and error. And there you can see mountains tend to not like it when you smash right into them. This one's kind of funny. I can't figure out how to turn time acceleration off. I'm pressing M instead of comma. And then I try to turn too tight, and this one I'm just going to call... I believe this is a face plant. I'm coming down way too fast. I have no way of stopping myself. I'm coming in way too fast. My engine's on a third of throttle. That's one thing you're going to have to look out for. Notice how high my engine is. A third throttle on this plane is a lot. That's why I set on 1/15th. And there we go. I do a nice little flip and flip into the ground. And keep in mind that you're probably going to want yourself to be going at a constant speed for most of the flight. Oh, there's a lovely crash. And that way, you have much more control over the plane. And when you're turning, one thing I recommend is that you curve your plane before turning it using the Q and E plane buttons, for those who don't know. Here I tried to build my own plane. I was just going to say, if you want to build your own, but this build your own plane is pretty bad, and it keeps crashing. I wasn't able to successfully land it once. So have fun building your own. I have built successful planes in the past, but the reason why I built this one so small and so badly was I was hoping that maybe it would be an easy plane to build, and I wouldn't have to go through a 10-minute tutorial on how to build it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm Toby. Comment, rate, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you